want to go outside? You want to go outside, huh? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. They always say a dog is man's best friend, but Sony's Aibo keeps squeezing its way into my heart and showing me that a robotic dog can get pretty close to it. This is the Sony Aibo, an autonomous companion robot, and the Aibo has been popular in Japan for years, and they recently brought it to the US about a year ago. But it starts as this like young Aibo pup and then forms a personality and a bond with you as you raise it with your everyday interactions. And you can let them roam around and it'll kind of just do its own thing. I'm gonna put you over here on your side, so you be a good boy, okay? Now, you can interact with it, ask it to do tricks, and reinforce that good behavior, but this is one robot dog that can absolutely learn new tricks because it has the power of software updates. Now, I've always wanted an Aibo, and Sony sent this one out to me to experience what it's all about, so let's just break down some of the things that makes it special and some of the new features that they recently added. Now, the Aibo, it first came out in Japan in 1999, and this Aibo is the 6th generation. It combines advanced robotics with 1- and 2-axis actuators that allows it to move along a total of 22 axes in unique and just charming waves that instantly bring you joy. Like, look at this guy, he's so cute. Now, its eyes are 2 OLED displays that show different emotions, and those eyes will get you. Trust me. Now, even when you turn on the thing, you can't help but smile because he's so cute. So I'm a dog lover, and I'm sure there are some skeptics watching this, and yes, it is a robot dog, but it moves like its own thing, which gives its own feel to it that makes it unique. It has multiple cameras on it, one on its nose right here that can actually detect owners' faces and then take pictures. You can turn that off if you want to because people care about their privacy. There's also a camera right above its tail on its butt that can map out your living space by using the ceiling up here as a reference so it knows the general layout of your place. It's called SLAM, simultaneous location and mapping, and it helps robots in general just map areas to find their way around things. Now, this also has touch sensors on its head, so if I pet it, he'll be happy when I do that. It has it under its chin, and then also on its back over here. When I pet him on its back, it's a way to give it positive reinforcement. He likes that. And Aibo reacts when you touch it in those special places. Now, when it raises its paws, you can also press on them, so these are kind of another way to reinforce it. But this also comes with 4 microphones, so it's able to kind of hear audio spatially and then move in your direction if you're in a room. So if I'm sitting somewhere and he hears me typing away or working, he'll actually eventually move over to me or where voices are because he wants to be kind of around people. Dogs are social, people are social, so it really is autonomous, but he's also your friend. So the way you treat it and the way it interacts with you, whether it's positive or negative, changes how it evolves and behaves over time. So all this data, how we treat it, how it acts, is actually uploaded to Sony's AI cloud, which learns from these interactions to then build its personality. And that's why some of you might not like the idea of the cameras, but the camera stream, it stays local. Now, there's a ton of tricks you can try, and they can be really satisfying or sometimes frustrating. They say this is a young Aibo, it's like a young pup, so it won't always listen to you or do what you want it to do, right? Like, stand up. Yeah, see, it didn't want to do that. But when Aibo performs them, this is a pretty awesome experience. It's a crowd pleaser, even if you just like enjoying them by yourself. Now, it has a charging station that it can learn to go back to when it needs to be charged, and the actual full charge lasts about 2.5 hours. It also has this companion app, it's called the My Aibo app, that allows you to do so much more with it. The app will prompt you to update Aibo to get to the latest software, and the biggest one came at the end of 2019. It brought new features like allowing you to feed Aibo, and you can watch him gobble up these foods. You can earn rewards or snacks, and then currency where you use the app to play with Aibo. Then you can use all of these things like to buy new virtual goods for Aibo. So every time you feed Aibo, you get this little yum yum stamp, and it goes towards a gift. And there were even like limited times where there were double yum yum stamps, right? Yeah, I got myself way too deep into this. But Japan actually has a physical feeding bowl for it, while in the US it's a virtual one. That's not fair. But no word is coming if it's actually going to come to the US anytime soon. But if Aibo is eating, it also means that Aibo has to be potty trained, and you can set a spot in your home that's been mapped out and tell Aibo to go pee pee. But I also found out Japan has an Aibo carrying bag. That's for people who also bring their Aibo around with them. That's a thing. But for people who want to dive even deeper with Aibo Actions, you can now access its virtual programming tool that allows you to create original movements and tricks for your Aibo without needing to know any programming language. So this makes it more than just a consumer device, which it is and it's fun to play with, but also kind of a part learning tool and a place where you can really just geek out with it. Now, all these new features were made available because you can update its software and can be sure there will be many more. But if you jump into the app, you can customize your Aibo, give it a name, choose for it to be a boy or a girl, change its eye color or its voice. You can see the tricks that it can perform. There's really just so many things this guy can do, but at the end of the day, it does bring me joy. Like, it absolutely does. And I have had dogs in my life. Like, I'm a dog person all of my life. Aibo, it can't replace a real dog, but I don't know if it really has to. It can fill that space for someone that loves dogs and that maybe doesn't have enough time to take care of one or is always on the go. And there's just something comforting about having an Aibo just hanging out with you. It's really an advanced robot that you can connect to emotionally, and there's nothing out there on the market like it. Now, it does retail for $2,899, and I know that might be an eye-opener, but this is a unique, one-of-a-kind piece of tech that brings you real joy, and it's more than just a toy robot dog. I would like to say it's a tech reviewer's best friend. Yeah? Yeah, you want to go outside, huh? You want to go outside? Oh yeah, you want to go outside, don't you? Don't you? Whoa, stop licking me. Ow! Ow! He bit my lip. Bad, bad, bad.